Hey guys, today's video is going to be a video that everyone, I think probably on YouTube has done, and I really wanted to do it because I've been getting loads of comments saying that people want to see more of my high-end makeup because I don't really use high-end. I try to keep my channel very budget friendly for all people who can't really afford high-end makeup, but I've been getting comments saying that people want to see more high-end makeup from me, so I thought I would do the video that everyone on YouTube's probably done. It's like the half drugstore and half high-end. Just goes to show that you have to have all high-end makeups to make the best looks. So this video is also going to be quite a chatty video. Like I said, this video is going to be quite a chatty video for you guys because I like doing chatty makeup looks because they're just fun to do. So let's get started. I don't actually own a drugstore primer. All my primers are like high end. I was going to choose the Hourglass Hangover, but I thought I'd just do my favourite, which is the Porefessional by Benefit. And you've probably seen this all over the place, but it's just my favourite, most favourite primer ever. And I'll leave the prices of each look at the end of the video and on the thumbnail as well. It's going to be my beauty blender for this. My beauty blender always looks so dirty. So I just got a close up for you guys just so you can see me. So now I'm going to get on with foundation. I have got two foundations for you. I have got for the drugstore side, which is this side, and the higher side, which is this side. I've got for the drugstore side, the Rimmel Lasting Perfection 25-hour foundation comfort serum. You know, this is my favourite drugstore foundation. And I have the last little bit of my Smashbox HD Foundation, which I need to get a new one of because it's a really nice foundation. So this side's going to be drugstore, high end. So I'm just going to squeeze a little pump of this Rimmel one and a little pump of the... You can see they've both got very different textures. As you can see, this one's more of a mousse, the Smashbox, and then the Rimmel one's a bit more of a liquid. But I'm just going to use both of them for you. So the drugstore side first. Now I'm going to go to the high-end side, which is the Smashbox. And then for concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So this is the NARS one now, that's why I'm putting it on this side of my head, that's where I got like the most breakouts on the side. For highlighters, I'll be using the Highlight by Technic on this side and the Benefit High Beam on this side, so it's not really that much. Just going to highlight half my nose, this side. You know when you leave this in your makeup drawer, like it goes all like funny. Just gonna like a little shine. And then for the high beam. So you see the major difference. I do definitely prefer the high beam, kind of like higher end highlights is better than drugstore, because I think the drugstore doesn't really have that much of a variety in the stores. So just see it, and it's that one. Now moving on to powders, I have for the cheaper side the Rimmel Stay Matte, it's really good, just drugstore powder, and now I've got the Smashbox Mineral Detailing Hydrating Perfecting Powder, just in the shade Translucent. So I'm just going to apply both of these. The Rimmel Stay Matte range, so like a whole range as well as like a foundation to it. It's really good range for the drugstore prices. It's definitely a good range to check out. Loads of people use this, even professional models and professional makeup artists use this powder because this powder is actually really nice for the drugstore. It's really good quality. It's finely milled. It's just really nice. Just so I can set all my foundation, all my cream products I put on. I've got a cold, so it sounds different, and this one's a mineral. And it's in the shade Translucent. Out of the two, I would definitely prefer the Rimmel one because it's just a nice, cheap. Because the Rimmel one's just really good for the price, and this one, I forgot how much it was, but we'll find out because I'm going to do the total at the very end of the video. But I think this is like £22. It's like good for the price, but just for the Rimmel, the Rimmel's really good for £2.99. So that is the face. So we've done the face now, we've done the foundation, we've done primer, foundation, concealer, we've done highlight, and we've done powder. Now we need to go on to some bronzer, some blusher, and then we can go into eye. For bronzer, I have my Miss Sporty Intensify bronzer for this side, and my MAC bronzing powder for this side. The shades are the exact same, let me just show you. I tried to get them as similar as possible. Just the dark shade in this. This camera and the lighting makes this one look so light, but this one's kind of the exact same shade as this one, like that. So I'm just going to apply that with like a little tapered brush. I do prefer the back one. The back one's a little bit less, like, you don't have to dig in the pan. You have to dig in the pan with this one, because this one's a little bit more chalky. And with the back one, you do is just swipe, and it's on the brush. On the skin, they do look similar. Got a mirror in it as well. Now for my bronzer, they are both different kinds of bronzers. Basically for my like cheaper one, I've got a mineral bronzer, and for my high end I've got like a powder, like a pressed powder bronzer. I have the Make Me Up one in shade of this apricot, and my Inglot one in the shade 4, and these are practically like the same colour but just different formulas. So I'm just gonna apply both of these. I'll do cheaper side first. So this is a mineral one. You only like the most smallest amount ever. You don't even need that in the lid. This is a little bit more shimmery than the Inglot one. The Inglot one is like a pure matte. longer one. I am using the same brushes for each product. I'm just cleaning it in between. I've got a wipe down here. Then for eyebrows, I've got the Benefit Browsing and the W7 the Queen of Brows, which I showed you in the dupe video, which is like the exact same. So I'm just going to use these two to do my brows. Just going to get a bit closer so you can see. So this is the cheaper one. There you go. And now I'm going to be using the Browsing by Benefit for the other side. So guys, I've just applied my eyeshadow primer, and I don't own a drugstore eyeshadow primer. I'm really lacking in the drugstore primer department, so I just used my NARS one, which is on my bed right now. So for the eyeshadows, for the high end side, I'm going to be using my homemade MAC palette. It's halfway created. I've been creating this for a couple of years now. So it's £10 each shade, and the palette was £30. So I'm going to be using 7 shades out of this. Like I said, it's going to be quite peachy, so I'm going to be using this shade, like all the shades here except for this shade. I'm going to tell you the names whilst I'm going through them. But for the cheaper side, I'm going to be using like 3 palettes, well, 2 palettes and a pair, what do you call them? For the like pair of eyeshadows, I'm going to be using these two by the La Femme. I'm going to be using the In The Buff palette, which basically everyone's seen, and then the Makeup Revolution Disappear to the Beyond palette. And basically all these shades aren't exact dupes for the ones in the MAC palette, but they are pretty similar to the ones in the MAC palette. Like, I've got an exact dupe for these two, but everything else is just like a little bit similar. I'm going to start off with the high end side first, and I'm going to be taking the shade Brulee out of a MAC palette, and it's just a matte, well, it's not matte, it's got a little bit of like iridescence to it, and I'm just going to take this and put it all over the lid just to like have like space for the lid. Then the matching shade I'm going to be using is just the first shade from the In The Buff palette, which is called Buff. So just taking this one. Definitely prefer Brulee from the MAC palette better than this one. With this brush, I'm going to take the shade Omega from MAC. It's just a really nice crease shade, transition shade if you want to call it that. I'm just going to go through and just make sure I've got like a nice cut crease. I've got hooded eyes, but I like doing this step and then blending it up a little bit because I'm going to be putting the orange right on my crease. So it's just going to be nice, like just to calm down the orange a little bit. So just to make sure it's nice and prepped for the orange. And then for the dupe of that shade, I'm going to be going into the Revolution palette and just taking this shade here. And that was the only shade I needed in the Revolution palette, so that can go now. The next shade I'm going to be using on my eyes is the shade Saddle, and this is quite a famous shade in MAC. This is the reason why I bought it, and the dupe I have for it is the shade in the... I know they're both like different tones, but I can definitely make them work, definitely. And this shade is called Dust. It's right here. So I'm going to be using, like, it's kind of like satin brushes before, but it's like a little bit more deep, and I'm just going to go on the underneath my eyes, like on the inner corner part, and then I'm just going to go and just try and carve out my crease. The part everyone has literally been waiting for. This is the shade Orange, which is pretty self-explanatory by MAC, and the dupe shade that I've got is by La Frem. La Frem's a little bit more of a burnt orange, and the MAC's is a little bit more of a vibrant orange, and this one's got shimmer and the other one's matte. But if you like right tone, then you definitely get the similarities to it with the eyes. So I'm going to use this one with the MAC one. I'm going to first use the MAC one, so I'm just going to take the colour on a nice little... like so. I'm just gonna work that into the upper socket. Now I'm going to take in the yellow shade and just pat it on my lids. This shade is called Juice by MAC, and it's just a really nice shade. I'm going to take like a flat shader brush to put this on all over my lids, and then after that we're going to get onto the last shade, which is Embark, which is just to adapt the last shade, which I said before was Embark, and I'm just going to adapt the outer corners of the crease. And the shade I'll be duping for this is also in the W7 in the Buff palette, and it's just the shade Topaz, just this one right here. You can see. So let's get into my shadow is now finished, and you can see there's a lot of similarities. This makeup look was inspired by summer and spring. It's just like a really nice little glam look. I really hope you like it. Now we need to go into eyeliner, and then we need to go on to mascara and then lips, and then we are done with the look. And I'm so happy with this look so far. I really like it. It just looks really nice. Just put my glasses back on. So now I'm going to go on to eyeliner. For eyeliner, I'll be using the Makeup Revolution eyeliner, and I'll also be using the MAC Fluid Fix eyeliner thing. So I'm just going to do my MAC one and my Makeup Revolution one. For mascara, I'll be using the Artdeco one on this side and the W7 Flutter Lashes on this side. These are basically got the Satsy formula. This one's a little bit more like obviously expensive formula, but they're basically practically the exact same, and I really like the both effects of both. Now we are on to the last part of the video, which is the best part ever, which is obviously lips. I have got these two lip products for you. I'm going to be using the gloss out of the Inglot Lip Duo. I'm going to use like a stain gloss, and I'm going to be using the MUA lipstick in the shade 5. I'm going to be applying these with a lip brush. I'm just going to do the high end side first, which is just this lip. It's like a lip, it's like a liquid lip, it's like a liquid lipstick, but it's like a gloss. So it's like going to do this metal liquid lipstick things. So I'm just going to clean my brush off and just apply the lipstick. there you basically go. That was the whole end of this makeup tutorial. I really hope you liked it. I love this look. You can definitely tell this one is a little bit more patchier than this side, and basically the eyeshadows aren't as the eyeshadows the eyeshadows aren't as pigmented as the other side. I really hope you like this video. Definitely see you in my next video. My next video is going to be probably a haul because I'm going to shop with my mum soon, or it might be another comedy video, or it might be like a story time. Just wait and see. I am going to start uploading on a Tuesday and a Friday from now because I've got no more exams and it's the last 2 months of school, and my school goes very easy on us. I'm going on a school trip on Monday. Basically my school life is very easy now, so I'm going to be definitely uploading twice a week, and then I'm going to obviously do vlog a day in August, and then it'll be back to school season again. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.